Hi, welcome back. My name's Lisa, and we are on to our next course on how to make curtains and pillows for your home. We just learned all about what you want your interior to look like. Now we get to choose our fabrics. With fabrics comes color, texture, pattern, and also what it's made of and how to care for it. First up, let's talk about color. There's a wonderful, wide world of color out there, and I'm going to help you explore it. First up, we want to know the difference between warm and cool. I'm sure you've heard this before when it comes to dressing yourself or knowing what makeup to buy, but in fact, warm and cool really does matter. Now, what is this warm and cool that I'm talking about? Warm colors, as you see here, have a little bit of yellow in the family. Think the colors of fire, the colors that bring you warmth. While cool colors, seen here, have elements of blue in them. Think blue, cool, like water. But something to keep in mind, as I've said before, is keeping the look consistent. So if you are going to use warm colors, stay within the warm family, and if you're going to use cool colors, stay within the cool family. Now I have something interesting to show you that I just love showing is you might think, okay, here's a mint green. This is the same mint green as this. But here, when I place them side by side, you see how what could potentially be the same color is actually a warm mint green and a cool mint green. This has elements of yellow, this has elements of blue, but they're both mint green. So that is something that I just think is very interesting and good to keep in mind as you decorate your home. Now also with color, let's think about its purpose in the space. For curtains, you might not necessarily want your curtains to stand out or pop. If that's the case, choose a color that is very similar to your wall color and just a few shades darker. That way, the curtain can just border the window without distracting from the rest of the room. It will just enhance it. You can also have colorful curtains, and maybe you don't want them to stand out, so just choose a color that already matches the elements within your room. You can also find a color that already exists harmoniously within your room, such as a color from the rug, and pull that color up into the window coverings to tie the whole room together. You could also choose a bold color to create a loud impact and a dramatic look at me approach. Think of the color as an exclamation point. Also, if you want to work with patterns, keep in mind that small patterns from far away will look more like texture, while large graphics will make a great dramatic impact, if that's what you want. In terms of patterns, a rule of thumb is to contrast. So if your furniture has a lot going on, maybe you want to keep your curtains very simple and your pillows very simple. But if your furniture is simple, which I might recommend if you're just starting out, you have a lot more freedom to use big, bold graphic patterns and bright colors in the accessories you put around it in the curtains and the pillows. All right, well now we have an idea of what fabrics we want. Now we need to decide what type of fabric to buy. Next up. Do you want something linen and billowy, or perhaps a sheer curtain because you don't need to really block that much light? With the weight of your curtain, also keep in mind if the sun is going to be passing into your room.